I just woke up and yeah, something I do not see very often. Our town public safety board public safety officer, something I do not see very often, is towing someone that shouldn't be there. And so far I've not seen the owner getting pissed off, which is probably the only thing that I am not happy with right now. So we got a car getting towed, which is something you don't see in this housing complex very often. So hopefully that person is now in the pit of misery. Dilly dilly. 24 hours after that guy's car got towed, so far he didn't get pissed off, or the guy wasn't a total Karen. Hey everyone, Mike from LA1 here. Sorry about the delay between the guy's car getting towed and today's video. You guys hear about video game news? Well, we're going to be talking about this on a special video game edition of Post-Checkered Flag, including one that I've been asking for years is finally coming through fruition. Hi everyone, Mike from LA1 here. If you guys are probably wondering why am I downstairs, well, because honestly I feel like this is a nice change of pace before we talk about the news that we've been waiting for with the next NASCAR game, which we'll talk about in just a minute, as well as the big news that dropped several weeks ago, and I should have talked about it sooner, and I apologize. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss, I should mention a bit of a channel update before we get started. Hope you guys enjoyed the first set of vlogs from Disney. The cards will be in the description, including my highly anticipated review of Snow White's Enchanted Wish and the new Jungle Cruise, which I will admit I will be writing them again this coming Friday, because spoiler alert, we're coming back as part of a day 2 of my 3-day SoCal resident pass before I get my magic key, which you guys want to hear my thoughts on that, is on there as well. So yeah, which premiered those videos, the first 5 episodes of the Disney Park reviews aired right before this, so so yeah, anyway, let's make our way back up and let's talk about the newest NASCAR video game that's set to be released in the not too distant future. La la la. Alright, let's talk about the next NASCAR video game. First up, we got to talk about the covers. The name, we all thought it was going to be NASCAR 21 or NASCAR NXT. Well, we now know the name. It is NASCAR 21 Ignition. Boy, talk about choose company. I would have said NASCAR 21, or NASCAR Ignition. But come on, that's the definition of two's company, three's a crowd. Just, I guess, couldn't they make up their mind? And of course, on the cover, which I can't afford the editing, all three, there's 3 drivers. All of them make up the NASCAR logo, as well as the 3 manufacturers. Chase Elliott, representing the blue and the Chevrolet, of course. Ryan Blaney making his first cover appearance, representing the yellow and Ford. And representing Toyota and representing the red, I cannot believe, this was probably the bigger shocker out of everything. They could have gone with Kyle Busch, but nope, it's Bubba Wallace. And honestly, it was a nice surprise. But I'm guessing because Kyle Busch's primary scheme is yellow and they couldn't get Skittles to sign off on the deal, that's how Bubba Wallace got on the cover. And he's also representing Toyota. Boy, that makes up for the... Boy, Bubba Wallace probably starting to become one of the popular drivers. Sure, he gets booed in Bristol here and there, but I can guarantee you, if he gets to Fontana, he's going to get a massive ovation with the Confederate flag man. And honestly, I was going to talk about that news debacle, but that's going to be in its own video because I actually gave it a lot of thought. I did a lot of things looking back at it, so yeah, so that's another video. Expect to see that in the not too distant future. But I should mention, if you want the cover of Elliott Blaney Wallace, that's the regular edition. There's actually a collector's edition this year as well, continuing the last two NASCAR game tradition. This time, it's Bill Elliott. Gee, Chase getting on the cover 2 games in a row. Gee, who didn't see that coming? And honestly, when they announced it was Bill that's going to be on the best location, let's be honest, we all saw Chase being on the cover a mile away. And you get one of his custom cars as part of the deal. And honestly, I'm probably going to get the regular edition. The only time I get a special edition is if it's a really big deal, like a Jeff Gordon, who's my favorite driver in NASCAR, for those of you who are wondering, or Michael Schumacher. No, and if anyone's wondering, no, I was not named after Michael Schumacher. I was born like several months before his debut. I mean, I know Josh made a video on that topic. Oh, never mind. I'm getting off topic. Yeah. Oh, and the WWE games, which, by the way, I'm looking forward to see what 2K22 is going to be like. Oh, man. Oh, and I also got the Kobe edition in 2K21. So, yeah, that's another one. But overall, Elliott's got a cover. And honestly, I could see that being a regular DLC item in the not-too-distant future. La, la, la. Okay, gotta stop doing that. Stop making that reference. But there is a couple of features that they actually included. For one, there is a career mode, thank God, which means I can do a series, which practically confirmed it. But so far, there's no word if the trucks or the Xfinity are going to be included in this yet. And honestly, that might be a bit of a concern. But then again, Motorsport Games, the people who just got the NASCAR license, they're saying they're going to build it from the ground up. So could we see a possible DLC to get the trucks and Xfinity later on? But we're going to have to wait and see. And if anyone's wondering, yes, Bristol Dirt, Nashville, Road America, and the Indy Road Course and Nashville are all included in this year's game. Which means, honestly, I'm really looking forward to this one. And you guys hopefully will get to watch me suck at the Bristol Dirt. If you guys haven't seen my SRX videos. Although, except the last one. Whew. Well, that's all I have to say. So far, it looks really promising, but I really want to see more gameplay. Although I will say this, talking about the trailer, they definitely got a lot about a Monster Sports games. I'll talk more about them in just a second. I have to go get something real quick. Motorsport Games also has people that previously worked for Codemasters. And you know what else game they made? The F1 games. So hopefully you can see some F1 2021 previous F1 iterations making their way in. Like you saw the data pad and they're pushing the cars out of the garage. We're going to see more garage. Are we going to see more? Is the media going to be involved? Is Emma going to transfer to NASCAR? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes. So, yep. But we're going to be talking about probably one of the few racing series that hasn't had a game in a long time. We're getting one now, motherfucker. For those of you who don't know, I've covered a lot of racing games. Well, the only ones I don't have are World of Outlaws and the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is this weekend, by the way. Which I'm probably curious to find out what channel that's on, so I can watch a bit of it. So, but there was one racing series in North America that's been very ignored in the racing history books, and that's IndyCar. The last IndyCar game was like 2004, 2005. But thankfully, after nearly 20 years, the wait will be over. That's right, Monster Sports Games, the people who are making NASCAR 21 Ignition, announced a few weeks ago, prior to them doing the announcement trailer for Ignition, they announced they got the IndyCar video game license, and a video game is coming for IndyCar. No name is released, but if you guys are thinking, oh, it's coming out this year, hold your horses. It's coming out in 2023. So at least we now have a somewhat of a date for when this game comes out. And I wouldn't be surprised there will be an Xbox One release as well as an Xbox Series X, because honestly, I see no chance of them discontinuing the Xbox One. Well, not yet anyway. I could see it holding on for another 5 or 10 years maybe. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I'm actually really excited, and I know a lot of you guys are excited about this IndyCar news, and honestly, this could be our best chance to play guys like Elio, should he still be racing in 2023, Colton Herta, Alex Palou, Linus VK, Ryan Hunter-Ray, Scott Dixon, Jimmy Johnson again. And do I even have to say much? In fact, for Pete's sake, this could be the chance for us to play a Santino Ferrucci. Now, there's still questions they haven't announced yet, but it's way too early to solve. Will there be a career mode? My gut answer will be yes. Will Indy Lights be in? I have no idea. So, if there's a career mode in any of these games, you bet your ass I'm going to be doing a series. Which is why I'm actually kind of interested in expanding my brand to new games. Like the Tour de France, which I'm looking at getting in a not too distant future. I know cricket has one, rugby, there's Australian football I'm also looking at. Look, there's a lacrosse I could possibly do. Man, I wish the National Lacrosse League came back to California. I mean, sure, the Anaheim Storm was here for the early 2000s, but it was just way too, lacrosse in California wasn't very popular back then. Now, they're clearly ready, and now they're expanding to fucking Las Vegas. Doesn't Vegas has enough teams already? So, only time will tell on that front. Well, that's it for this post-checker flag. The next one, which will probably be the last post-checker flag before the Michigan review, as well as Gateway, we're going to talk about some of the stuff we saw from silly season. This has been long overdue, and I sincerely do apologize. I needed to get the time right on this one. See you guys after the post-checker flag, y'all.